Welcome back to my channel. This is Jason, also known as Ominous Prime. Today we're going to be taking a look at Cang Toys Firmament. And to get started, let's go ahead and take a look at the box real quick here. Cang Toys. And yeah, Firmament. And this is the top of the box. Firmament. 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 And the reverse side, we have the alt mode, which is a very feathery, fiery bird. And to get started here, let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories. All right, the sword here, it's the same tampograph, same style, same handle that we got with Cang Toys Ferocious. And there would be a tab in the palm of the hand that this will go into. And it comes with the hand. And that's because this is going to form the arm of their version of Predaking. I believe they call it Thunder King. I'm going to show you how this forms into its alt mode, because you need both hands to do that. And as I described in the first video that had the other hand, the left hand, or this is the left hand, sorry, the right hand. This one has the same spikes, same details, and it's done really well. There is paint on here, there's die cast metal that's here, and these are all painted here and it's sharp, so you gotta be careful when you're handling it. It also comes with two of the same guns here, so I'll just show you the one. There's a lot of detail that's on this. Silver paint, tampograph, that's there. Just to add some additional detail, we got more tampograph stamped into there. And this, the handles are interesting here because you can rotate them around, so you can pose them differently in the palm. You also have this post here, which will allow you to post it into the wings. This also has another handle here, so if you wanted to have it held down in the palm, you could do so. It gives you all kinds of different options here on how you'd like to do that. The way these are designed, they're actually designed to actually come together. And it'll be interesting how this actually combines with the other weapons ultimately to form a large gun. Now, to go ahead and get into the transformation for this, first you're going to go ahead and lift this up to go ahead and disengage. This will flip up and you're going to rotate it so it'll collapse like so, and that just folds down. What happens here is this is going to become a crab. And the way that happens is you're going to need to align this so that these become claws. That's it. So we have one half done. For the other hand, we're going to do the same. Lift this up, rotate it around to get that disengaged. You're going to rotate this and then turn it over, and this will just go ahead into those posts in the back of the hand. Close down and flip that down. And then here, rotate that up, and you're going to rotate this to orient it properly. That'll form the claw, and these will spread out, become crab legs. Then all you have to do is match up the post with the gap on the opposing hands, close it up, and now you have a giant enemy crab. Even has eyes. And you can articulate this however you wish so that you can have it attack whatever you need to. That's an interesting thing that they did with this set here, was to make sure that the components, for the most part, are able to do something. So even the hands just don't sit on the side, they become something that'll be able to use to attack Autobots with. All right, and let's take a look at some of the detail here. This has the same light piping done here, but they went with a different color. Instead of it being the bright yellow that was done for the other two, they went with more of kind of like an orange-ish color. And it's continued here in the helmet and in the eyes. And they also continued it here in kind of like this chest jewel piece. And with Firmament, they seem to have like leaned into more of a mecha or Zoids kind of look to it. You still have the tampographic details throughout, all over the design on the body, which gives it more of that man-made look than something that would say come from Cybertron. Even on the wings, they've continued with this typographic pattern. There is another set, if you want to call it accessories, and those are the wings itself, and it comes complete with these cannons that you can pose, and the wingspan on this guy is crazy. So as you can see, it pretty much takes up the review space, and all of these are articulated here for the feathers, so you can kind of pose it out however you wish. So there's a lot of different ways you can arrange this to get whatever look that you desire with the wing. And the wings do come off. The other thing I'll say about these wings is they are heavy. There's no metal in them. It's just the sheer size of it. So if you're going to put them up on a high shelf, I recommend leaning them against something or have something that you can attach them to, some kind of stand if you have it. Otherwise, he might take a shelf dive on you. And let's go ahead and take a look at articulation for him. And you can get a full 360. It is a ball joint. Down about that far, you can look up quite a bit. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to remove the wings here. So the wings actually slide into the rails here. It's kind of a T shape, and you can put them in either direction. So for articulation on the shoulder, it's ratcheted and you get a full 360. The arm can go out to here, and there's a bicep swivel. For the elbow, you do get a lot of range out of it, but it's not the strongest joint here. So keeping it in pose with the elbow bend, especially if he's holding any of his guns, the weight of the guns will pull the arm down. There is a full rotation here at the wrist. It does swivel out, and much like Land Bull, it has the same articulation there with the feet. So you can get pretty much whatever you need to out of it. Like Ferocious, you can extend this, and that'll get you the ab crunch up to here. It gets to there. The knee bend, you get actually, I'm going to call it 90, but you can cheat it because this allows you to move it further back, but it's not a true more than 90-degree bend on here. Even though there's double hinges here, and for transformation it actually will collapse in on itself, it's because of the other pieces that are on here and get in the way of the articulation. So I'm not going to count it as more than 90 degrees. You get actually quite a bit of range here in the ankle rocker. The feet are able to do a lot because these are the same feet in alt mode, and essentially give them like claw feet. And the toes, if you need more stability, you can splay them out. There's a lot of range of motion here that you get with this. Now that I have the wings off, what I'm going to go ahead and do is do the size comparisons now. Here he is with Skywarp. As you can see, this is a really big dude. Here he is with MP44. And here he is with Fans Toys Sovereign. You can see he stands a little bit shorter than Sovereign, aka Galvatron. And here is how he scales with his other arm. Because his brothers in arms. Alright, so to make this easier for transformation, I'm going to go ahead and leave the wings off for right now. So with the head, this actually will come out like so. You're going to rotate his head around and then move this up. Go ahead and spread that out. We can guide this head into the head of the bird, form the mouth. So there's a hinge here that you're going to collapse this in on as we guide this together on this double hinge. As you can see, so we form the rest of the head. We would have to move this to the center and open this up. Now if you wanted to, these actually will slide up and out of the body if you wanted to take these off completely and then replace the wings at the end. But I'm going to leave them on so you can see, if you want to keep the wings on, how you would do this. So for the shoulder, I had shown you this will open up. So once it's open, you'll want to have the arm in position here so that you can rotate this down, readjusting all of this so that you can get this into the back. Now you'll move this further out of the way, like that. Then you're going to rotate this up until you have the arm in this position. Once you have it like this, there's a post here that'll go into that hole that's right there, and it'll just peg in. This will tilt down, and this will open up, and As I showed you with Ferocious, I like to have the thumb sticking up when we rotate it in. This makes it easier if you need to, because then you rotate the thumb into place, and then you'll be able to use that thumb to kind of use it as leverage to get the hand back out of the cavity, and then you just close this up. And this will fold up, so holding the forearm, that's going to peg right into here. Just a matter of lining it up, then this part just drops. We're going to do the same thing on this side. Rotate the arm out of the way, under, move this wing out of the way. This will allow you to position this like so, so you can get the post into the hole. Again, a fist, rotate it, open up the forearm, try to lay everything as flat as possible here. Fold this up, push this down, make sure everything gets pegged in. You have these cutouts here, these slots in the sides. These are going to connect onto these posts. So you're going to rotate this up. Once you have it lined up and aligned, just going to squeeze it together. Now this will swivel down into place. This will cover the back of the head now. And so if you can imagine, the wings would be sticking out here. All right, so the next step here to extend this out, get it out of the way. Same thing with the sides here. All right, so feet are easy to deal with. Collapse them in. The legs a little bit so you have some room. Open up that flap. This will rotate out on this double hinge. And that'll go right there. So you can close that up. This you can rotate out and you can pose this however you want. The display is open if you want to do that. It's up to you on how you want to have that look. For now, I'm just moving it out of the way. Under here, rotate this down. And you can rotate this out if you want to. So we're going to do the same on this side. Open this flap so we can rotate this out, get this out of the way. Move this flap down. On the other underside, there's a tab in between the legs that's going to go into a slot. I don't know if you can see it on the camera here. There's grooves that are in here that this is going to rest in when you place it back into place. To make it easier to get it into the groove, just slide out these, because you can slide them in, you can slide them out. It's just easier if you have them slid out to get them into place. You just rotate this back and rotate this forward, and you can rotate this out. Now the gaps here will go and fold into here, and then you'll be able to pose this out however you want. And then you can rotate the hip skirts down and position the feet however you wish. Spread the claws out for balancing. These do rotate, so if you need to, you can adjust that to get a wider stance. And then you would just slide the wings back on. And it just slides right in. As you can see, this is a really big bird. It takes up much of the space here, but as you can see, there's a lot of detail, a lot of feathers. Pretty much set it up however you wish to get what you need. The articulation is pretty much going to be in the face, the wings, as I showed you before, and in the feet. The head, it's on a ball joint. It's just, you got to remember that the robot head is also attached here. So it can make it a little tricky to get poses that you want out of that, but it is possible. But when you have this all set here, you can see that it's just a matter of getting them balanced, and then you can get them posed up how you want. You can adjust the head as you need to, and this is just standing on his feet alone, and it's not using the wings to post him up. And just to show that, I have the wings up here, and you can take a look and see that it is possible to get them balanced. The wings are able to be posed in a variety of different ways, as I was talking about, and these posts here are for these cannons. You can post them on the top side, like so, if that's the look you want to go with. You can also use the posts to go ahead and post through on the bottom. You can also rotate these to go ahead and get these cannons positioned how you like. And the wings, in this position, they fold back, and this puts more weight on the back, so you got to be careful on balancing. And then you can have them loaded up like this. And as you can see, the legs are able to support them. You just have to be sure to balance it. And you can have the enemy crab here with a big sword, because the sword doesn't go anywhere on the bird. And looking at the details here, you can see a lot of the typographic painting that was done all over the bird. And this thing is just huge. It's simply huge. And there's a lot of detail that's all over the place on this. Like I said, it makes it look like it's a giant mecha bird. And this is how Galvatron stands up alongside him in alt mode. And here's Skywarp. Of course, the enemy crab. Let's go ahead and get the enemy crab out of the way a little bit here. And putting him up with Land Bull in alt mode. You can see how they kind of go together here. And here he is with Reboost, Autobot car. And here he is with Skids in alt mode. And you can see this thing could pick this guy up and fly away. We also have Spike here, just so you can see scale. All right, so you can see you can get some really cool poses actually out of him. It's just a matter of working with it and see what you can do. And to me, I like this posing. You know, it's very dynamic. And if you're looking to get your own, I'll go ahead and put it in the description down below if you want Firmament from Cang Toys. And don't forget to subscribe and also comment if you have any questions. Give it a thumbs up or thumbs down. And as always, I appreciate you checking out my video, and I'll check you out next time. All right, bye.